Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kim, and I'm so glad you're letting me share mindfulness with you. Let's begin with a blessing, a simple expression of loving kindness. Listen to these words as I speak them directly to you. May you find love, peace, and unity with yourself and others, loved ones, strangers, foes alike. May your words be life giving and your actions be faith restoring. May you laugh and find joy in life. May you be safe, healthy, and out of harm's way. As a doctor, I've treated a lot of sick people using modern medicine, and I've seen both its strengths and weaknesses. And one huge weakness in modern medicine is the way it treats the body as the only thing that needs to get better. The idea is if the body gets better, then everything else will follow. Except things don't really work that way. I've seen too many instances in which this approach fails. We're more than just our bodies, and suffering isn't just a physical experience. Our health is both our bodies and our minds and the connection between them. We're only treating disease halfway if we don't help people experience illness better. And by experience, I mean our thoughts, emotions, urges, and actions. But modern medicine basically treats all this like it's somebody else's problem. We have to fend for ourselves when it comes to our mind body connection. And then I discovered mindfulness. It's a proven psychological therapy tool that's become a standard part of mental health treatments. Finally, I found a way to help people with their mind body connections. It's a way to help with those other parts of suffering that don't involve our physical bodies. It helps with all sorts of suffering, from the stress of our everyday lives to depression and anxiety, and even chronic pain and cancer symptoms. And the amazing thing is, it works when it doesn't even get rid of our problems. And it doesn't get us to pretend like the problems aren't there either. Mindfulness helps us experience stress and suffering in a different, better way. You really have to experience it to understand it. But here's something that might help a little. Stress and suffering are a lot like being stuck. And in mental health terms, we call this being psychologically rigid. When we practice mindfulness, we get unstuck by training to become psychologically flexible. And in the end, whether we're healthy or sick, knowing how to practice mindfulness is something we can all use. And I want all my patients to learn this. But again, explaining it will only get us so far. We need to experience it for ourselves. And you might not feel convinced at this point, but that's okay. That's part of the process. So, as we go through mindfulness together, we're going to keep talking short and to the point with less listening and more doing. In fact, at first, it may not feel like learning anything at all, just repeating simple things like breathing. But through this process, we will do this strangely profound thing of learning to experience it differently, of being aware of it differently. And this is part of bringing mindfulness into the middle of our lives. And then we connect it to the other parts of our lives so that mindfulness can go wherever suffering goes. I made 5 short sessions that explain how to get started with experiencing the core aspects of mindfulness. They're supposed to say just enough to open the door for us to walk through. After we pass through, the real learning, the real changing starts happening as we explore mindfulness through our mindfulness exercises. So, in session 1, we will experience an awareness of intention. We call that being in the present moment. In session 2, we will explore an awareness of perspective. And in mindfulness, we call that being non judgmental. In session 3, we will experience an awareness of reaction, in which we recognize the difference between being and doing. In session 4, we will experience an awareness of stress through the circle of awareness. And in session 5, we will experience being with stress. So, as I send you on your way, I want to say welcome and congratulations for taking this step toward finding more wellness in your life. Thanks for joining me for this session of mindfulness training. And check out the other sessions as well, and also the companion resources that I've put together to help you explore and enjoy the benefits of mindfulness.